Alright everybody, welcome back in. This is going to be another Stormgate cast, and this one's going to be featuring an IVV. This is going to be What's Up in the blue Infernal. And his partner or his opponent this game is going to be Riptide in the red Vanguard. As I mentioned before, Riptide I believe is another player playing out their Vanguard faction here when their main faction is actually something different. So we'll check out this match, but let's see where we're going. We got a on Furious Resolve here. We see we're going for a pretty much eco build to start out here. We got command post first. It looks like it's also a shrine first here, but the scout has found these imps, but the imps are able to get their 2 vaults down. So it's double vault from Whatsup. Other imp making his way out there. The scout is okay, it's gonna try and pick on some of these imps, but we see the Hexen being summoned back. She's done her own scouting, returns home, and the scout wants to see if it can get some damage done on her. She maneuvers to the imps for safety, and the scout runs away. That other imp that came out here put down a farm, and what do we got out here? We got a Rax, and nothing else fancy coming out yet, and Rax is rallied to the health camp. We see the scout running back, and there's a skull out here, maybe trying to see if units have been sent to interfere with the creeping. And our first 2 brutes are out. So this was an interesting build. The shrine first, but that allowed for both brutes to pop. Maybe they saved their charge for a bit. Of course, with Infernals you can do that. But having 2 brutes to creep this camp makes it certainly much easier to do so. Usually creeping this camp, you're going to end up with a very low brute or maybe a dead brute. Low brute if you micro it. I did see a single fiend run off here, and I think this is a scout fiend just looking for the base. I guess that means the Hexen never did find the location. Looks like the Hexen maybe scouted this way. I see some fog of war here. And the fiend is going to find its way into the main. Gets 1 chop from a lancer, but does get by. Look, a lot of extra barracks is going down here. There's a BK lounge, Biokinetics lab in the back here, going for quick draw hustle. And maybe that's not too surprising. In this patch, exos have been once again good, so they are back on the menu. And now we've got Riptide out on the map, finally doing some creeping. Oh, I missed this. He had creeped his health camp already as well. But creeping out the speed camp, and it looks like we are getting the same from Whatsup, although Whatsup went and got the vision camp first. Now going for the speed camp. A couple gaunts added here as well. Looks like we had the skull bug there. Sure hope that skull bug gets fixed at some point. And a fiend went and stole the health camp, but these exos are going to go and take it back. What do we have here? More habitats. Looks like these are in prep to become maybe solar habitats to speed up production on those barracks. Starting to get a creep highway here. We got a ritual chamber. Oh, it's Hexen. Hexen Adept training out. And we also have a Hell Forge with brute upgrades. So this is a Hexen brute build. And no plague axes on the gaunts. I feel that when you do have just a small number of gaunts like this, it can still be valuable to get that plague axes. You only need 1 gaunt to apply Infest. And that extra damage, and then maybe even the fiends that you get from that. So you can really get a lot of benefit from even just a small number of gaunts. We see this gaunt pulling back. instead of just staying there and dying as these units come and take the tower. It did its job, which was to guard for this. And okay, a couple of venom traps, but they do not impact very well. Here's the one that's going to go down. Ooh, actually well dodged here from Riptide. So Riptide doing some good control. Whether that was intentional or not, his lead units were able to take out those mines and minimize the damage take. However, the Lancers are down, and wow, a couple of split brutes with a huge Nightfall infestation. Amazing from Whatsup, and he just splits all of his brutes and gets them on top of these Exos, trying to just wipe them out. But remember that Fiends, while they have good DPS, they are pitifully sad for their tankiness, and we just see them just get chewed up there. And this one Hexen, wow, that was actually an amazing turn. Those Exos just destroyed the Fiends instead of what you would hope the other way around, that the Fiends would have been able to get those Exos. Now with some Gaunts on the front line, that's not what you like to see. They're going to get picked up. There is one Venom Trap there, and it only impacts on maybe 2 Exos there. They were low and they did die, but now they're going to go for these Imps. There's one Hellborn there able to shoot from range. But these Exos with their quick draw hustle, speedily trying to chase the Imps down, who are making their way away, but they do kind of want to just take out this base. Finally, we see more units show up. Another Nightfall, huge Nightfall. Oh, and Miasma as well. And so many Exos actually getting caught there. We hear their sad little cries as they die. But some Exos live to see another day, and they're marching home, hopefully to rendezvous with a med tech and heal up, so they can come back out again. And there is a big, actually it's just a big old ball of Exos here waiting for them. So Riptide might be just staying on Exos, and it's more racks going down here at the 3rd. And Whatsup? 3rd base at the Therium. Is this a true 3rd? This Imp looks like he wants to turn into a shrine. Just waiting for the mins, just waiting for the APM. There's a Fiend, Scout Fiend running by there. But it looks like another ball of Exos, and it is Hexen Mines. There's no dog here. But there's some good splits. Not the greatest, but at least taking out some of those mines while not taking the largest of the AoE. Still hitting small groups of units. Lancer finds the Fiend. And it looks like Riptide switching to some creeping here, while Whatsup is moving out with kind of a small army here. We know they have Miasma on deck. And maybe this is just an intention to make a minefield here that will prevent Riptide from coming in. That last minefield did kind of push Riptide back. Though interesting that it's on this side when Riptide has been attacking down this left channel the whole time. So Whatsup's out on the map now, taking out this Therium camp here. And Riptide has retaken this Vision camp. And of course that will be a signal to Whatsup that these units are over here. Some of these units, okay, they split off like they were going to go into 2 strike groups, which they kind of are. It's largely Exos over here. But we're seeing Shroudstones get taken out. Is this going to be a flank attack? Huge. Nice Miasmas there. Zoning those units, but Riptide doing a good job of not standing in it. And now these units, there was a good sort of flank, but Whatsup did pull back here, not getting caught in that trap. Now a lot of these Venom traps are starting to trigger, Ooh, and a nice miasma and nightfall infestation. Huge stomps. Huge tramples going down there. Oh, my bad. And pulling back the mags so that they don't get too out of position. I like that. While also trying to force Riptide to fight in this choke where the miasmas are extra strong. But good control from Riptide to pull back. And Whatsup pulling into the choke himself. I think he wants to pull back, yeah. Pull back, put some more mines up. Keep that defense. And then do the same over here. Get some mines up. Riptide switching to a little creeping here. Taking out the Luminite tower. Letting his medtechs do their thing. Heal up those exos. And here we are at the other side. The mines are just going down. A couple Hexen get taken out. A nice miasma on the ramp to zone those units back while the mines are going up. And Riptide just going back and forth. I wonder if it might be valuable for Riptide to try and split this into two. Push in a little bit here. Get those units to engage and then send the rest of the units around the backside and start taking out that static B. I don't like this for Whatsup. Don't move out of your choke here. The choke is where you've been having the most advantage in this engagement. As soon as you move out of the choke, you're moving into the concave of Riptide. Now here we go. Huge mines. We see immediate system shocks from Riptide. Now remember what that does is remove the debuffs. So many medtechs here deciding to turn and fight. You don't want to do that. Miasma's going down, huge zone. Only the chicken's standing in there. The chicken's like, this doesn't bother me. I love this scoop. Not even a problem. And now Riptide's pushing in. Again, the choke is very dangerous, and Riptide doing a great job of not fighting in it. Trying to lure these units out. There's almost too many Hexen here, I think. Hexen are great for their skullcast. Oh, look at this. A little strike force taken off the third. This has almost become a contain here. And like I said, if this force could split and come around the side here, while still pressuring the front, bound to get damage on one side or the other. We see that Riptide's definitely got the supply for it. But no, he's going to bring his whole unit, all his army up here. There is a Wraithstone up here. There are some mines. We do see some system shocks going down. But look at that Wraithstone. Oh, and so much damage now with the miasma. We get system shocks to run out from under it. But really good zoning here from the Infernal player. And so many low exos. We hear them popping here from the Infest. Couple Fiends now. Look at that mass. This is a maxed out Vanguard army for the most part. Huge Venom Mines again. But it looks like Riptide is saying, fine, we are pushing into this. We will stand in the miasma. We will fight. We will let the tramples get on top of us. We have the supply here. We think we can make a win, but so many Vulcans going down that they're very vulnerable to miasmas, especially with the trample on there. And actually, I thought that might have been a powerful enough push, but we see the supply of Riptide just get whittled down so much. More Vulcans show up, but yeah, they jump jet through the miasma, and now they have to walk back through it. So many low exos here too. If the mags can get on top of them, they're going to get some really good stomps. And it's the Hellborn in the back now. Riptide full retreat. Tramples forcing him into retreat. Only a few stuns going down. And now that the tramples are over, the mags are moving back while Hexens cover their retreat with mines. Huge mine explosions going off here. Exos get taken the bulk of it. And deciding to not chase into that army. Especially since there are a bunch of Hellborn here. Weak Exos and Hellborn do not mix well. It's almost all medtechs up here. Those are the ones that survived that battle. Which at least is good that means Riptide does not need to rebuild those. While that engage and contain was going on, I didn't notice that Riptide has taken the whole top of the map. As well as this. So he's on 6 bases plus some Ethereum mining. Whereas Whatsup is much more slowly progressing across the bottom of the map. That looks like an oversatched. Yeah, way too many imps there. And it does look like Riptide is taking that eco advantage to rebuild this force. It's interesting that it's staying largely on these sort of upgraded tier 1 units plus the support from the medtechs. We have Vulcans in there, but only a few sprinkled in. We got 5 total. Now we're getting that Riptide split up. System Shock coming in, avoiding all the mines like a pro. I'm not able to see them, but... Oh, and now we're going to get this force coming in. This is going to contain right in so many miasmas. That's just too many, actually. That's just spam clicking. They don't stack, so having 2 miasma on top of each other doesn't do anything. And now we're just getting micro here from Riptide. Oh, but a huge flank. Look at those tramples. System Shock going down, but flaming imps as well. Those forces just deleted. But Riptide was like, that's okay. This was mostly trying to get you to move out of position. Huge flame imps over here too. Giant impacts. This is an amazing game. We see Whatsup doing the best he can to hold these forces off. I thought Riptide's plan to split into 2 was going to be exactly the play to make, but Whatsup able to holding it off. And I think part of it is testament to the static in the mines. These Hexen have paid for themselves for sure. Couple Vulcan over here caught out of position. They don't want to. Only a few units actually get aggroed on them. And so they are able to get some pretty good DPS there. Now they're going to get surrounded in mode. And Riptide's force once again trying to push in, but more miasmas going down. We get Shroudfall on the whole map. Huge tramples going down here. As Riptide is getting chased all the way back. System Shock used to clear the infest and get that speed boost. And we're watching as reinforcements are just streaming in here for Riptide. He's just hoping to get a critical mass to be able to push this army back. Another Vulcan goes down. Not until it gets a stun on the mag, but the mag does seem to get to chase, or gets chased away. Wow, so Whatsup, even though on a slow burn here with less eco, is trying to push his way up to the north side of the map and start getting some damage in. Nice miasmas again, but again, system shocks from the medtechs to clear up the infest and allow those units to speed their way out. It's now Whatsup out here. There is some base here. You're going to find it. He does find it with his fiends. And we see, okay, why were the medtechs leading the charge? I'm not sure, but they are moving out here while a small strike forces come to try and take out this base. Riptide aiming to try and get a concave here by splitting his units out and spreading them around. And when you have an army of largely ranged units like these Exos, a huge concave can really pay off. More miasma all game long. There's been some really clutch miasmas here. And also these venom mines have also been super clutch. And Whatsup has been doing his best to try and have these good engages. There we get our tramples out. Very nice tramples getting on so many units, but also huge splits and huge concaves from Riptide here. Wow, his units managing to stay alive. And with such concave here, there's so much area to cover with miasma that even when they do go down, they're only catching a few of these Exos at a time. And while now they're starting to ball up, and in that choke, yeah, that's a good place to zone him back. However, the supply difference is going down, or the supply deficit's gone up for Whatsup here. And Riptide doing the smart thing of saying, okay, I'm going to regroup. I got a ton of med techs here. Just give them a couple seconds and they're going to heal all my units back up to full. And then I could maybe go in for the killing blow. Although there is a dragon on the map now. It's just what else is going to be there to support the dragon. This is just a small army compared to this huge army. Lots of flame imps going in the back end, but we see that survival protocol kicking in and keeping those exos alive. That's certainly not what you want to see when you dump a bunch of imps into that army. You're hoping they're going to die, and then watching them just stay alive with their invincibility is kind of hard to swallow. Now this little force is being cut off. Riptide has pulled him away, and this means this could be it. Luckily for Whatsup, he's got this ramp here and nice chokes to fight in. But Riptide says, fine. I've got you cornered down there by your expansions. I can move in here and try and take you out. And with the split forces now, he's trying to keep the army busy while there's reinforcements down here fighting those other units that pushed in. We see all those jump jets from the Vulcans. They're going to push forward. It's just Hellborn, it looks like now. And Hellborn by themselves are not a great force. We see them getting chased in here by a few Exos and Lancers, while the rest of the force is just headed into the main. And that's going to be GG from Whatsup.